Hello, my name is Steve Sullivan, and I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share our experiences with what we've experienced with your practice. We have two small children. One on the spectrum of autism, the other typical developing child. But with regards to vision therapy, it was something that we had never heard of before. With our oldest son on the spectrum, we were used to occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. We weren't used to, or we had never heard of, vision therapy. And we were accustomed to having these different therapies. We saw some of the benefits that had helped him. Our youngest son, who's a typical developing student, he was having some challenges, not only with his hand-eye coordination, but being able to communicate what was in his head and to be able to have it translate onto paper, and whether it was drawing or writing, he really struggled with it. And we had him in occupational therapy, and that's where we were first introduced to vision therapy, to your practice. And at first, my wife and I, we weren't sure of it, but we've explored so many other options and treatments to help our kids that we thought, let's give it a try. Well, after meeting you and your staff, we were made very comfortable. We saw the whole process, and you showed, after you did the evaluation, you showed where he was, where they both were, and where you thought they could be. And as a parent and as a dad, there's times we have regrets, things that we wish we would have done, things that we didn't do. And so this was one of those we didn't want to take a chance, because we wanted to really help them. Both kids, our oldest son on the spectrum, had tremendous results with this therapy. As an example, his ability to process information, to have it really make sense in his comprehension, be able to communicate it back, his ability to read. One of the things he's just always been anti-reading. We shortly after the therapies had started, he and I sat down in his class. He read a book for 25 minutes straight. It was the most we had ever seen. And my wife and I were there in his class that day, a bunch of parents were there. I looked over at her, and she had tears streaming down her face, because we knew how monumental this was. And our little guy, he had a hard time writing his name, and again, communicating, what was in his mind, to be able to put it onto paper, drawing and writing. It was really frustrating for him. Now he's writing so much more effortlessly. You can read it, and he's doing great. Not only that, the hand-eye coordination, because the therapies have been able to help him. We saw the social stigma that was starting to develop. He would turn his head instead of catching something. Now they both hit the baseball unbelievably well. It's funny, my wife, she can't even pitch to them anymore, just because they hit the ball so hard, so fast. She can't get her hands up fast enough to help her protect herself. But that's just the amazing progress that we've seen. Just those are a couple of instances that we've seen because of the vision therapy. And we're so indebted to you and your staff for giving our kids the tools and the help, the therapy, to help them. You've helped change their life, because these type of things at an early age, we're able to help give them the tools that they're gonna stay with them forever. But also as parents, to give us the tools and the support on how to help them at home and to continue their growth. So on behalf of my wife and my two kids, I'm honored and humbled to be able to express our gratitude to you, but to tell people, come in, take a look, and it could really make a difference in your kids' lives and yours, because just because we don't know of it doesn't mean that it can't be a life-changing, impactful thing for your family. I encourage everyone just to explore this as a resource. So thank you, Dr. Adams, and thank you to your staff. You guys are incredible.